Yeah, because I remember, like, Mono versus Stereo went under 2008?
I think oh
9?
seven,
Yeah, I
summer of
mean,
oh 07.
because it was, like, an
It
imprint of, Goatee, right?
Yeah, it was a subsidiary, and, Brad Moist was the pioneer of Mono versus Stereo, and he was just an amazing guy. He went through some personal things and just decided, like, to release all the artists, give them their like, he did it in a very, like, high integrity way. "Look, I'm gonna give you guys ownership of your music, and we're just gonna fold everything up. You don't owe me anything," like, and so he's still such an amazing person, but yeah, it all happened around the same year that if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was the same year we stopped touring.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a weird, like, that never happens, like, "Oh, yeah, have your rights, have everything, and, like, we're just gonna call it a day." Because it was, like, you guys, The Showdown, Maylene, maybe
Maylene did one album with Mono, and then they went somewhere else.
I
I
think
think
Epitaph?
Epitaph or Ferret or somebody like
Ferret.
that.
Ferret,
Was it
there it is.
Ferret? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And then, I Am Terrified, I think, was there. The Evan Anthem. I'm not sure where the Evan Anthem stood with Mono versus Stereo at that point, if they were still writing. And then Gasoline Heart had done a release on Mono, and they're phenomenal, like one of the best bands ever from that era. But
Yeah.
it was a short run. I mean, Brad, I listened to a podcast Brad was on not that long ago, and he was very much, trying to model after Solid State, Tooth and Nail
Mhm.
type thing.
Yeah.
And Goatee was really cool and just saying like, "Do it." Like, you seem to know what you're doing, and they gave him free reign to just roll with it.
Where do you think things would have ended up, like, had Mono versus Stereo not called today back then? Like, maybe even last, like, 3 or 4 more years? Like,
I
picking up
mean,
more. Yeah.
it could have been a totally different, it's hard to say. So I think at some point, the band Reliant K got
Mhm.
involved and bought Mono versus Stereo out and released their music under Mono versus Stereo. I could be fuzzy about those details, but it's
You're
something.
you're onto something here, because I mean, funny enough, what year was it? I mean, maybe 2009-ish, 2010? I was in Franklin and went into the office area because the band I was with touring for a very short time, was doing some pre-pro down there, and I bumped into Matt Thiessen. Dude is ridiculously tall.
Yeah, he
I
is.
was like, "Oh my god."
He's a good looking bro.
He is, man. I was a little intimidated. I was like, "Oh," it's like you always talk about, like, "Oh, you bump into somebody, like, oh, you're so and so." I know. But, no, he was walking out, and then, I recall they had that gigantic TV in the middle of their, studio kinda green room area. It was, like, back then, like, that was a huge TV. It might have been, like, a 70-inch TV,
And where
but
was that at?
it was, like, in the Goatee, like, mono versus stereo kinda, like,
Oh,
I
in
think
their
we
offices?
I think they, like, shared a studio, like, pre-pro area in Franklin, and it was cool. Like, I mean, there's certainly different places you couldn't go to, like, I think, Toby Mac had, like, an area where you definitely couldn't go into. I recall, though, the one thing that I recall above anything else was I recall seeing a lightning bolt foam finger for the Showdown, and I wanted that more than anything in the world,
They
and I was
always had great merch.
it was, and I was like, I was trying to, like, brainstorm, like, is it okay to steal this and hopefully not get caught?
I they were they knew how to toe the line of, like, very creative merch and not make it gimmicky. Like,
Well,
they knew how to do that really well. Davey, their singer, is super creative guy. Um, yeah, I bought a lot of, like, when we toured with them and stuff, I would always buy their merch because I loved their stuff. It always looked great.
the
And I'm a
Showdown
Southern guy too, so
I love the Showdown, like, it's one of the some of the best memories I've had in music come by way of them. Like, they played Portland to just me, and, like, I mean, like, no, it was, like, literally just me, like, they had openers and everything that all just took off, and it was like
Is that where you are, Portland, Oregon?
yeah, they played a venue
Okay,
called Satyricon that no longer exists. It was an old, historic club. It was said to say, like, Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain met there back in the
okay.
day. But, no, I mean, they played to just me, and it was like I felt like I won a contest. I was like, "Okay, you get, like, your own private show for the showdown, it's gonna be awesome," and, like, they played like they were playing in front of 1,000 people. Because I remember it was, like, Yogi, from Demon Hunter was on the drums at the time, and it was the best. Like, I still have, like, a handful of, T-shirts from back then that yeah,